What is up, everyone, and welcome back. Today we are checking out Portuguese death metal / steampunk band Dallian and the track The Nun from Azrael. The band was formed in Liera, Portugal in 2017. They are signed to Nox Liberatio Records. They are the only band currently on that record label. That record label, if you are familiar with my channel, is founded and ran by Mr. Felipe Gomez. Felipe Gomez is the drummer from Destroyers of All and Grimlet. And he and the vocalist Carlos asked me to check out Dallian. They fuse lots of different elements together from what I understand. Symphonic elements, even some fado in certain tracks, lots of death metal, and they blend it into a steampunk concept, which I think is fantastic. The track we're checking out is The Nun from Azrael, and talking to Carlos, understand there is going to be a novel coming out about this particular part of the setting as well. Link in the description of the video says the video follows the nun, the last alive member of the Order of Azrael. After their destruction ordered by the Vatican, she begins scheming the rise of the cult. She recruits the young children living in the village of Otterbourne, England in 1880 as members, using their fears and desires in her favor, making them submit to her madness. The video depicts them performing a resurrection on the covenant that had been burned down by the local villagers. Here they try to resurrect the deceased abbess of the order using one of their children as tribute. Really, really looking forward to this. These guys are also big VK fans, so I'm sure we might see some VK influences popping up here and there, or hear some VK influences popping up here and there. Let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? The band is Dallian, the track is The Nun from Azrael, and here we go. Really love the video imagery. Love it when bands dive so heavily into their concepts and their themes. Hear those samples coming in, the church bells, different voices. Absolutely love the tone of the vocals right off the bat. Really clean, clear mix here. Oh, that orchestration is really great touch, especially with just how well the drums are mixed. Love how we're treating some straightforward death metal elements, some thrash mixed in there. Really cool triplet-driven riffs. Really love the tone of vocals. Wow, what a shift. That big brutality, really virtuoso drumming here. And the synths moving behind it really add that feeling of bombast. I can't place what this reminds me of, but in some ways it's familiar. Guess I get a little bit of that vehemence here. Love the way the strings are working. I love how they're set alone at points too, and not driven with the death metal. I like how the vocals are layered, but there's not a lot of process in there. The orchestration laid with this furious riffing and drum work is outstanding. That is a wicked change. Outstanding. The addition of the female vocals helped add some of that edge and darkness. From what I understand, the female vocals were provided by Carlos' mother and sister. Wow. Are we going to be treated to some acoustic or flamenco style guitar, or possibly even some fado style guitar? What a way to shift. That is outstanding. There's my reactor moment right there, right? That was awesome. Man, this track builds something incredible. Love that dual vocal attack. My goodness. That was absolutely phenomenal. Wow. So, we're going to listen to this like 5 more times, and then I'm going to come up with an opinion and really be able to figure it out. There's a lot going on. There's so much depth. There's a lot of layers to the incredibly intelligent, well-written lyrics. The different layers of composition and instrumentation there, from the fantastically played blend of brutal and melodic death metal. I guess the best way to do this is to just simply call it progressive death metal. There's a ton of elements there. The symphonic arrangements at points, I feel like I'm listening to a film score, especially going through with the outstanding short film video presentation there. Definitely one of the finest videos I have seen in a while from the death metal band. It's just really outstanding, blending in those cinematic elements with the band shots, still managing to really be able to tell a story. I love the concept. I love the steampunk aspects. You do get some of the VK there and some of the look of the band. I enjoy that, having been exposed to and become a fan of so much VK. If these guys were just a death metal band, it would be impressive. the fact that they've interwoven so many other elements into it, the fantastic orchestration, the addition of the female vocals, that really fantastic section where they broke into the flamenco like acoustic guitars was awesome. And it lulled you into that sense of security, and then it absolutely blasted you in the face, going back into full blast beats and furious riffing. The mix is incredibly polished. My only major complaint is I don't hear a lot of bass, so I do want to hear a little bit of that more. You get some of that thickness of it, but you don't actually get the presence or the art. I mean, other than the little bit of that presence, you don't really get the articulation or the feeling of actually being able to hear it. So I would like to hear the bass a little bit more. That's a personal thing. The song moves. It's got a great flow to it. And it just builds and builds and builds its moments, smacks the heck out of you, and then ends with that very cool, almost Spanish or Portuguese influence there at the end. Now I want to hear the rest of the record. The record was released in 2018. It's called Automatia. Links to all their stuff will be in the description below. Links to their Facebook page, links to the actual video, which these guys do a great job of. They have links to a lot of their different stuff. Their Bandcamp link can be found in the original video as well. And from what I understand from talking to Carlos, the first record, it's currently out, Automatia, is all stories from that universe, but it's different stories. It's like short stories in a way, as opposed to one cohesive story. But it's all rooted in their universe, similar to what Be Under Arms did with their Tales from the Dark Tales from the Northern Country. So really like that approach. Apparently the new record that's going to be coming out in the next few months or year or so is going to be all one cohesive story. Really look forward to that. Let me know what you guys think. I think this is a fantastic track. It's certainly a heck of a way to introduce somebody to the band. Here, check out this incredibly insane track. They do a great job of really showing off that the musicianship and the talent of the members while still writing an incredibly fantastic cohesive track. So massive thanks to Carlos for contacting me. Massive thanks to Felipe as well. It's stuff like this, being able to cover it, that immediately hits you in such a big way that really gets me excited about being a critic, and love being able to discover new bands that I just want to dive into head first. Outstanding, gentlemen. Gonna have to revisit this at some point because, quite frankly, there's so much going on. I just can't pick it all up in one track. Even if I just sat down and listened to it without having to comment directly and I could just type my thoughts down, I'm not going to pick it all up. There's so much going. Outstanding. I know some of you out there at Subscriberland are really going to enjoy this. Please give them some love. Thank you very much. I love you guys. Thank you to my law enforcement, military, veterans, and first responders. What you do every day. As always, you've been awesome. I have been Baldman. See you in the next one. Be excellent to each other and keep head banging.